Goldberg was supposed to wrestle Mongo here at World War III. So Ming was out. They had kind of shelved that idea. And now it's supposed to be Mongo in November, but Goldberg has to pull out due to a groin injury. So they start doing feuds with pull-aparts, backstage angles, and so forth to kind of work around the fact that Goldberg is injured, including a deal where on the December 15th Nitro, J.J. Dillon orders Goldberg to take a match with Ming, which gets a pop, but then Mongo attacks Goldberg, causing a pull-apart. So ultimately, this Mongo-Goldberg match that was supposed to happen before actually happens at Starrcade 97. So that's where you'll see Goldberg's pay-per-view debut, the biggest pay-per-view in the history of WCW at that time, Starrcade 97. And it wins the Observer's worst match poll for the pay-per-view. And Meltzer's breakdown is just too fun to skip. Here it is. Okay. Bill Goldberg pinned Steve McMichael in 5 minutes and 59 seconds. They started brawling in the aisle. Unfortunately, they wound up in the ring. There was no heat at all because it was deaf, dumb, and blind leading the blind. It ended up with a spot where Goldberg punched McMichael, who fell through a table set up at ringside. There was a small ECW chant, but I'm not sure if it was in mocking it, since it was the weakest table-breaking spot in history. McMichael got back in the ring, selling his back. He tried his tombstone piledriver, but he couldn't hold Goldberg, who then finished McMichael with the jackhammer. Hideous, -1 star.
Okay.
So, Tony, I understand the football aspect of having a Falcon take on a Bear, but is it really wise to book two green guys like this in your biggest pay-per-view of all time? Who booked this shit?
The committee did. I agree. It's not a good idea. But I guess the opposite thing is, if you want to put Goldberg on your biggest pay-per-view, who do you put him with?
Right.
And again, it gets back to the fact of you got so many combinations, you run out of combinations so far. I'm sure that Goldberg and McMichael worked on this match at the power plant. I would hope they did. But
it's hard to tell.
You know, that piques my interest. I want to go back and watch that match.
I think you're the only one.
No, I do. I do want to go back and watch that match because I just want to see how bad it was. You know, I look at I've not watched much wrestling. I'll be honest with you since I left. But what I have watched, and I can't name a match. But what I have watched, I look at that and go, oh, that's bullshit. So basically, on the bullshit meter, that was probably that. Meltzer may be right. To me, that match would reek of being a bad one. Yeah. Only because the guys are green.